So like I was saying, she leaves out of the house, and she tells me that the report will be in 2 weeks, and I should get her a copy of the report. Actually, if the report was supposed to be in a week, I should get her a copy of the report in a week. It only take a couple of days for her to do the report. So I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm like, it's been 2 weeks. So I'm in contact with the I'm in contact still with the adoption caseworker. I'm just letting her know. I'm like, yeah, I haven't still received the report yet. Am I supposed to be? When am I supposed to be getting this? I'm like, on top of that, she done told me that I had to change this doggone. She couldn't have the toddler bed, so now I have to get a crib. And so I knew that I had. I was on it. I went and ordered a crib. I ordered a crib from Amazon. It came in. Y'all know it came in like 2-3 days. So I put it up, and I'm figuring, okay, well, it's gonna come back in a week. So um, she'll probably be out in a couple weeks. So I have the crib up. I still got the toddler bed. I took the toddler bed, put it in my basement, and then put the crib up. So I'm asking the other caseworker, the adoption caseworker, because the foster care caseworker is no longer answering my emails. So she I'm tired of talking to you at this point. She don't even want to answer the emails, don't want to answer phone calls. And after that, y'all, that's what y'all got. You gotta make sure, y'all, that y'all keep y'all paperwork. Like, keep documentation of anything, especially when it comes to the system. Like, anytime you have any interaction with any type of stuff like that, and if you're trying to, if your kids are in the system, make sure that you keep any documentation that you have when it comes to caseworkers, anybody that you are involved with. Keep that documentation. Like, I do not like to even talk to people on the phone like that. I'd rather get, I need black and white just in case something is said. We're gonna go back to this, and every doggone email, every text, is that's the only time I communicated with her, is if I was sending her email or text, because that's just the caseworker that I was dealing with. Like, she was nasty, y'all. Like, just nasty. So I knew I had to. I knew how to make sure that I, cover my tail when it came to her. And so, like I said, I was emailing her, and I sent her a text, and she wasn't responding, and she kept lying, saying that it was in the draft. I don't give no damn about none of that. So I just told the adoption caseworker, what's going on. And so I had also, in the process, I had went through a class called Grow. And so they have like foster care navigators that help foster parents and soon to be adoptive parents navigate, the system, and they basically like their support system or whatever. And so I was in a class, and I was just telling them, my issues with the caseworker, and I'm like, damn, this seems weird, like, because the foster care caseworker and the adoption caseworker were like night and day. And I'm not even joking to y'all. I told the adoption caseworker, I said, I don't know I thought y'all was playing bad cop, good cop, because that's how opposite they were. Because I'm like, the adoption caseworker, she was straight, she wasn't biased at all. She was straight to the point. She was very honest, and I respected that. Like, but she was cordial. Like, she straight to it. That's what I expected out of this doggone foster care caseworker. But she had a vendetta. Like, she took it personal, like it was her. I'm like, girl, what's wrong with you? So I was talking to them, and they were just telling me, like, yeah, you need to call her supervisor. You need, like, because something is just not adding up. So I'm like, okay, you're right. So now, mind y'all, I started in December. I did not do my first visitation with baby until, what was it, April? Yeah, April is when I did my first visitation. But like I told y'all, as soon as they asked me for something, I sent it back immediately. Like, I didn't take no. The longest I took was was 3 days. And because y'all, you have to get thorough, like they want physicals and everything. That's the thing that took the longest, but I was still able to do visitations with her even without having the physical. Having a visitation with her, the adoption caseworker is like, I don't know what's going on. You need to call supervisor. I've tried to get in touch with her. She isn't responding to me. So I called the supervisor. I'm like, this ain't right. Like, what's going on? Like, why is it taking so long for her to get my report? Still haven't got the report. So we just started doing a visitation. And the caseworker, the adoption caseworker, she came and did her inspection, but it wasn't legit until after we did the foster care inspection. So I ended up calling her. I ended up calling and reporting her. Like, yes, it did. Cause I'm like, this is not professional. I get that you you may be burnt out, but baby, it's just a tip of the iceberg, y'all, of the stuff that I had went through with this caseworker. And I was like, I'm not backing down, because everybody that I encounter with, they answer the same questions: why it takes so long. And they was like, but she's just grown this bond, with her current foster parents, and why you coming all of a sudden. And for some reason they had it misconfused. They had it confused and misconstrued and confused about the relationship that me and baby's mom had. And I'm like, y'all, I didn't tell you any of this. Like, I was straightforward with how I came into the situation, my relationship with my cousin. So I'm like, how did y'all assume that, we were just, like, they was just assuming that we were just tight, and like she was coming up. I'm like, where did y'all get this stuff from? Like, what's wrong with y'all? Like, they was just interpreting and just doing whatever it is that they wanted to, or just saying whatever they wanted to say. Like, what is wrong with y'all? I was flabbergasted. So finally, so that caseworker, y'all know that caseworker no longer works at that facility. Yeah. Cause I was not playing. I don't understand what y'all got going on here, but baby, I filed complaints and everything, because I knew it was nothing other than her being a racist. Like, you can't tell me nothing other than. And I get that some caseworkers are just, they just butts, and they just, they have a hard time. But this was something different. Like, for a person to this. When a person just feel like you beneath them, like that was the vibe that she had given me from the beginning. So I knew it more so about, my race, and I guess she just assumed maybe she was just jealous about what she felt like my status and where she thought that I should have been, and because I wasn't there, like she felt some type of way. But I don't know what the issue was. Like she just stereotyped me, and because I didn't fit into that box that she thought that I was supposed to fit into, she just made it hard for me. And I mean it when I say hard, y'all. I knew from the beginning, every step of the way they told me no, y'all. Every step. Y'all don't quit fighting. If you got family members that's in the system, do what you need to do. And sometimes it's hard when you financially, you may not be able to fight like that, but you gotta do what you gotta do. If you can do it financially, then do it that way. But if you can't, you gotta play with the system as you can. Like, you gotta get in there where you fit in. Like, which is what led me up into doing this, because I was already on top of it. Like I said in the beginning, I was already planning on doing foster care. But this just pushed me. It drove me even harder. I was like, I've been planning to do this since my son was probably 8 years old, and here my son is now. He was 19, yeah, 18, somewhere around there. And I was like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, it just drove me. Now, mind y'all too, y'all. Let me get back into this. So we go through all this, and I'm talking to the foster care, because no longer am I having to deal, well, not the foster care, but no longer am I having to deal with the foster care caseworker. She got dismissed. We got a whole new foster care caseworker, and she got to come back out to do another inspection, because the inspection that we had asked her for, she never gave it to them. Everybody asked for it, she got fired though. So that's probably why she held on to it, because I was the reason for that. I'm sorry, but you're not gonna treat me like any old thing. But had another foster care caseworker come out and do the inspection. We no longer had to deal with foster care at that point. We was just dealing with the adoption agency. And so as I'm coming over to the adoption agency, I have to keep repeatedly over and over, tell them why I'm doing what I'm doing, you know, what's my intentions, what's my plans. And like I said from the beginning, I always wanted, I never ever wanted to take her away from, you know, with the people that she had built relationships with, the ones that she called, the only ones that she had known as her mother and father. Like, I never wanted to, you know, take her away from that. Like, I just wanted to be a part of her vision. And I felt like at the same time, still, that, you know, with family is always gonna be the best solution. And even the state, you know, looks at it in that way. Like, it's gonna be hard for her, but like I told him, even if the states had decided, even if the states decided to allow me to adopt her, like I still wanted them to be in her life. And if vice versa, if they had allowed them to adopt her, I would hope that they would do the same with me, because I'm in it. Like, I'm in it for the long haul. So I had to keep explaining that to not only to the adoption caseworker, I had to explain it to a supervisor, and then I had to explain that to the supervisor. I then also had to explain that to baby's lawyer as well, because baby's lawyer came over here as well and did an interview, which baby lawyer was full of mess too. Like, y'all, you keep yourselves clean and do right, so that you can be able to be, you know, be there for your family if need be, and be in the system so that you can be there just in case things like this happen, because y'all know it's more likely that black children will be in the system than any other race. So that was what, you know, what motivated me after that, because I seen it. I said, you know, I'm a black woman, and it's nothing, y'all, it's nothing that they could say when it comes to me and why they felt like, you know, she shouldn't have been with me. So y'all, let me go ahead and tell y'all that we went through all this process, right? Boom, boom, boom. They tell me, you know, it's gonna be hard. They gonna want you, but the adoption caseworker, she said yes. They wanted me to adopt her. One strike down. So we passed that now, right? That was the first one. We go to the second one, right? And I gotta go through, you know, with the supervisors and her supervisor, and they have to approve it. They approve it, right? So now we at this point, and they have to choose, you know, which party they're gonna present to the, what are they called? But they're like the guardians over all the children in Michigan. Like, so they make the last say. So well, actually they don't, but they are the ones that say, they give you the green light, say, okay, yep, they can adopt it. So boom, they take my case, they decide to go with me. They say, no, we're not gonna go with the foster parents, even though all other things that they were saying, you know, she had been with them since she was 3 months, but they still felt like, you know, I was the best option. I was the best option for the circumstances and for her, and it was gonna be better for her. Like, just being able to identify with someone that looked like her. So, and they seen how I was a strong black woman, like, they like, okay, yeah, like, they love that about me. So, you know, they said, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and recommend her. Boom, get up there, y'all, right? Get up there, y'all. And it's a minute. So it takes about 3 months after that. And after they had did that, after they told me the first 2 times, the supervisor was like, I said, yeah, I'm happy. I was almost in tears. I'm like, yeah, okay, like, I want my family to be with her family. Like, this is what my grandma would have wanted. And she said, yeah, don't put all your eggs in the basket as of yet, okay? Because we still got to go against somebody. I said, okay. But I'm still thinking, I said, you know, usually once they recommend somebody, it's very rare that they go against it, right? Mm-mm. Do not count nothing out until it's complete, until it's done, okay, y'all? Because that's exactly what they did. They recommended me. MCI, that's the name of it. MCI said no. Uh-huh. MCI said no, she's gonna stay we're gonna allow them to adopt her. Solely based on the fact that, you know, she had been with them and that was the only parents that she knew. Solely based on that fact. So y'all know I went into, after that I was already planning on, like, I had multiple sources, I had multiple plans, so I already had planned on, you know, getting a lawyer. I had did my research on it because it took too long anyway. So I was like, okay, let me go ahead and go to plan B. I go to plan B, right? After they sent me that, I said, you know, yeah, you know, they would say, I'm sorry, you know, it is what it is. I said, you don't need to be sorry. I mean, we did all we could do. I'm gonna keep fighting up. So I went and called some lawyers, and I had one lawyer try to pacify me, like, I just telling me, yeah, I think it's gonna cost a lot of money, and it's gonna be $10,000 for us to write up a letter, and you know, there's just a butt kissing letter or whatever. Hopefully they, you know, they even look at it, and then if we have to take her to trial, and then it's gonna be another $10,000, and it's not a guarantee that you're gonna win. Like, just trying to, like, tell me don't even bother with it at this point. So then I called another lawyer. I called 3 lawyers, and it's hard too, because once MCI makes that decision, you have like I think it's like 14 days or something like that. You have 14 days from the day that they make the decision to then contest their decision. After that, then it's you go to you have to appeal it. But I had that 14 days. But even still, with that 14 days, the lawyer that I had found, she was still gonna be $7,000. I ain't got $7,000 just sitting around. Like, I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I didn't have it. I could have came up with most of it, but even still, actually it was $5,000. It was $5,000 as a retainer, and then it could go up to $10,000. I said, hell no, I could come up with $5,000 for sure, but even still, if we have to go to trial, we have to take her to court. I don't have an additional $5,000 to go, and I didn't have it. So, you know, I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna step back. I've done everything that I could do in my power, and I was okay with it, and I was content with, you know, with doing everything. Like, I never stopped. But I'm gonna tell y'all something though, y'all. This story does have a good it has a good ending to it though, because after, you know, they made a decision, I got one more visit with her, and so I was just like, it just baffle me that they can make that decision. I'm like, why would y'all make that decision when y'all know that she may never see her family again? Like, that's what I was thinking. Like, she may never see her family. Like, that's who she identifies with. Like, and this, now y'all, the couple she was with, yes, they are, they're Caucasian. So, you know, she and a whole family full of Caucasian people. Even if they love her, like, she can't identify as a black woman in that space. But y'all, after, you know, the decision was made, I ended up talking to, I did last visit with her, that they had set up, and, you know, the foster parents, you know, they hugged me, and they was like, you know, I'm so sorry, like, they were so sympathetic and empathetic, you know, to the fact that they knew I was fighting for her too, and so they apologized, and, you know, what they were saying, you know, we gonna, you know, we still gonna do these visits, you know, she's still gonna be part of your life, and I was still like, okay, they say that, but y'all, they have been doing it. I ain't gonna tell them why. Like, we have definitely, I actually see her more now than I did when we were, doing just a visitation or whatever. But it's cool. Like, I really, I feel like now that, you know, the dust has settled, like, we are able to get to know each other, and not just looking at each other like, oh, that's the one, like, they're the ones, like, so, but yeah, we definitely, we have a good relationship. Like I said, I go over there and see her. I go over and see her every week. Every weekend I go see her, and then, you know, we go out to eat together. You know, I come up with their house. That's why I used to go over to their house, and they cook, and, you know, they barbecue, and like I said, we go out to eat. And I actually went to her adoption party, which was cool though. Like, I was just happy that I could still be a part of her life. Like, I want to be part of her village. Like, no, I don't, I'm not, she's not staying in my home, but for her to be able to still know who her family is, or people in her family, and identify with somebody else that looks like her, like somebody that knows how to do her, even though her mom is definitely getting so much better with doing her hair and stuff, and so I'm proud of her for that. But yeah, like, I just thought that it was going to be different. I thought that they wasn't going to allow me to still be in her life, and that's what that's why I was scared of. But they definitely didn't do that. Like, we see each other all the time. You know, I'm texting her, they texting me, like, and anytime she go to any type of event or anything like that, Easter, they send me pictures of her. You know, she had a little concert for Christmas, and, you know, they send me pictures, and they have two other children that they have adopted as well. So, you know, when I come over there, like, it's like, hey, like they know me, and they all greet me, and it's just a good old time. Like, I truly, genuinely, like, I love that family. I do. I didn't think that I would, like, really. I didn't think that we would be able to be, you know, as comfortable. And like I said from the beginning, I wanted to be, you know, considered them to be considered family as well. However this went, I'm here. We family at the end of the day. Like, we're gonna be family. But I'm just happy that, you know, they kept their word. I truly am. And I definitely kept mine. But y'all, this journey, this foster care journey, I'm definitely gonna take y'all on this trip with me, cause it's a lot. It's a lot, y'all. It is a lot, and I definitely want to encourage y'all to not give up, even though you may have to do a lot of paperwork, a lot of inspections. But them babies, they worth it. Okay, they worth it, and I like to see a lot more of diversity in the foster care system when it comes to parenting, single parents, black people, like just diversity overall. I feel like it's definitely much needed, especially like when it comes to I don't know about on social media, and I'm starting to see a little bit more of it where I'm seeing, single black women, single black men, like gay single black men. I've seen that. It's just a broad range, and I love to see that, because those babies, they need that. Like, they need parents. They need people that care about them and love them. Like, I've seen so many horror stories about these babies being in the system, and it ain't all, roses and dandelions. Yeah, some dandelions for sure. Some of them doggone weeds up in there. But it ain't everything that glitters ain't gold. So it's definitely gonna be some people out there that's not gonna do right by those babies. And so if I could just take in one child and just do right, and show them how to be a strong black woman, like, and stand in her stand on it. That's what I'm here for. Like, that's what I want. Because like I said, y'all, it's not a lot of black people doing foster care. Like, and little black girls and little black girls and little black boys need to see that image. Like, it's so often when, like, because the system is just, it's predominantly white people, I feel like it's those kids, they get a perception of who they are. It's the perception is not let me say this. I feel like they should be able to see strong black people, and not just be able to see it being one-sided. Because now I do understand that, because and it's crazy though. Let me tell y'all something. It's crazy how black people are the minority, and yet they are the majority. The children are the majority that are in the system. So I'm not gonna say that all white people are not bad, all black people are not good, or vice versa. But at the same time, I just feel like it just need to be more diversity, and I want to be part of that. Like, I'm not the average black woman. I do a lot of things. Yes, I'm definitely pro-black. Although I hate no one, but I'm definitely proud of who I am. And I want, like I said, any child that's gonna be in that space with me, I want them to see that. Like, I want them to see that in themselves. And when you looking at somebody that looks like you and can convey that, like, that's something totally different. Like, and somebody that can understand where you coming from and where you think, like, how, because it's different for black people than it is for white people. When they walking down the street, you're never gonna be able to relate. You're never gonna ever be able to understand what it's like to be a black man or a black woman walking down the street, like, and having those problems of all the issues that black people have. Somebody that can understand and can relate to that, like somebody that looks like them, like those things. Culture and identity definitely matters, but at the same time, like I was saying, that's what I'm gonna say. Not gonna say that white they are needed, because it's not enough black people, and it's just, we just need to be more diverse. Is all it is. Because there's so many black babies in there, everybody wouldn't be able to do all black people wouldn't be able to do all black children. Because if that was the case, you was only doing black parents with black children, you would have so many kids that's just waiting to be put with families, and I don't feel like that's fair to them. Because Trinity, the best thing for them to be, number one, is to be with their family, and then to be able to identify with who they are. But at the same time, if somebody is going to love them like theirs, color doesn't matter, but who they are and how they identify themselves definitely does. Um, so that's why I decided that I was going to, you know, I wanted to do this. I can't wait. And that's what was motivating to me, because not just that, but to see how black families get railroaded. Cause baby, that was nothing but railroad. And I understand, you know, I definitely understand how, you know, they thought that she may have had some trauma, but we also had uh, other solutions for that. Every time they said yes, they pushed you back. They said no. Every time, I mean, I'm like, what is going on? Like, this is how the system does. Like, they feel like they can do that. Like, they can just railroad you. Like, they do that. So in order to beat the system, you just got to join the system. So I know that if I'm already in that space, I'm going to be more likely to be able to then be on the inside and can then say, yeah, I'm a foster mother. Yeah. Bring my, oh, so who baby in the system? Okay. Yeah, that's mine. Like, you need to be in that space so that you can do those things, because, well, not want to admit it now, but a lot of us are definitely, we have family members that are in the system, and it's hard for us, even if you have a clean background like me, like myself. I don't have anything on my background, and yet I was told no. But if I'm a foster parent, there's no reason for them to tell me no, because guess what? I'm already a foster parent. So you just gotta think ahead. On top of that too, my cousin, which is baby's aunt, she was saying, you know, she was going to do it too, just in case, you know, so this doesn't happen again. I was like, you know what? That's smart. That's smart. But even still, like, even I don't want to just do it just for my family. I want to do it for, you know, all the black kids. Like, and I'm gonna tell y'all something too, y'all. I don't know how y'all feel about it, and that's fine. You can feel the way you want to feel. But I told them my preference was to only have, I only want black, brown, or biracial children. I'm sorry. I just, because I know it's not hard for other races to be placed, and because black children are the majority in the system, if I could just help one little black girl, one little black boy, like, it would mean a lot. Now, even if I'm not in their lives for long, I know that I want to make an impact on them. I want them to feel love for the time being that they with me. Like, I just want them to feel that. I want them to remember that. I want to make an impact on them. Now, that's the beginning of this journey, y'all. I hope y'all ready for it, because it's gonna be a bumpy ride, but it's gonna be so worth it. It's gonna be so freaking worth it, y'all. I can't wait. Like, and I've been going through a lot of stuff now, having to start this whole process over, but it's worth it. And I'm gonna be in this. I'm in this for the long haul. Ain't no turning back. I feel like anytime I gotta jump over a hurdle, I'm one step closer. Like, this is where I should be. Anytime it's easy for you, it ain't for you. Okay, it's not for you. It gotta be hard. It gotta be worth it. Okay. So yeah, I just want to let y'all know we finna go on this emotional roller coaster. Nah, yeah. I just want to let y'all know that, and y'all gonna be seeing a lot more videos too. You know, me doing this foster care journey. Okay, and I'm gonna try to record as much as I can and what I can, and show y'all, you know, the process. I may go through a little walkthrough, show y'all what, you know, especially if you stay in Michigan, what they gonna be looking for too, because I know I already did that home inspection 50,000 times. But yeah, y'all let me know. Comment down below, let me know how y'all feel about this, about foster care, and have you ever been in foster care, and what's your views on it? But yeah, thank y'all for watching. Bye.